Welcome back, fellow riders. This is the adventure called life. I am Joe. Let's go for a ride today. Saddle up, break your bicycles out. Have at it. As always, I'll do the pedaling. So, let's talk about e-bikes today and the benefits of e-bikes in particular. Okay, so I've had this e-bike for about 2 weeks, no, maybe 3 weeks. And before that I had the level 2 as well for about a couple weeks, 3 weeks or so. And I tell you what, guys, man, it's a game changer. It's really a game changer. Like for instance, when it comes to commuting, I mean, oh my goodness. Like, and now I have a choice. Do I want to, I mean, you could just simply push a button and go. You know, do I want to take the bicycle? Do I want to take the car? Yeah. And it helped a lot with my fitness as well. You know, I was in pretty bad shape. And I actually think it's even helped with the arthritis in one of my knees. So instead of, you know, I find myself being like, you know, I could just take the e-bike rather than, you know, driving the car down to the local store or not, you know. And that's, it seems really beneficial. It seems really beneficial to your health. You know, especially if you had, like, if you lived in a major city, let's say you was like New York City or something like that. I mean, oh my gosh, it'd be an absolute game changer. I mean, you don't have to worry about parking or any of that jazz, you know. You just, I mean, it's a whole lot easier to find a parking spot for one of these. I mean, this will fit places even motorcycle won't. You know, you can't really get much easier than this. I mean, and you can just zip around traffic, and they've got such a great range now. You know, I had been looking at them for years, you know, and thinking about whether I wanted to get one or not. And it's, you know, they're expensive. They're expensive. You know, I saved up for quite a while to buy these that I have. You know, I didn't just take a whim, you know, be like, oh, I'm gonna buy a couple of them. You know, I really did some research and looked and tried to find the best ones that I can. And when it comes to, you know, the best ones, I guess it's kind of like, what do you want out of it as to which one of them is right for you? Like, I wanted something that would give me some kind of challenge. I want some level of fitness, you know, to benefit my fitness level. You know, well, I mean, you can't always push the button. You can just push the button. You know, I want the option of, oh, my, you know, I'm out of gas. Not the bicycle, but I'm out of gas. You know, so I can push the button and just go back to the house, or, you know, I have a back spasm or something. I want to be able to push a button and just go back. You know, I like to have that option. And, you know, I like to have a level of assistance. This thing doesn't feel like it does it all for you. It makes you basically feel like you're ultimately fit. Like you're fit to the maximum level possible. You know, it turns the average Joe into Lance Armstrong, basically, is what this does. You know, where you're like, I'm not feeling very fit, but, you know, this thing will, you know, help you out. And that's what I want. And I've noticed a big increase since I've been riding it. You know, I got more energy. My legs definitely feel stronger, and I think my arthritis in my left knee has gotten a lot better, actually. You know, they say arthritis, the way it works is if you don't use that joint as much as you should, the arthritis sets up in it, you know, more and more. So I mean that's cool for me. But yeah, if you're somebody that's like, you live in a city. Now if you lived out in the country, would one of these work for your fitness? Like, yeah. I mean, are you going to be able to commute 100 miles each direction on it? Nope, probably not. Yeah, I mean, you could, but I hope you are perfectly fit. That battery ain't less than that long. But I have never had any kind of issue with this battery. Like, I have never even run this battery down to 30-40%. You would have to just go an insane distance for a bicycle, you know, or you just, you know, I charge mine every time I ride it. I'll ride it, I'll take it home, I'll charge it up. That's what I do, you know. And so I mean, every time, like, I'll ride it 12, 15, 20 miles even, it'll still be 70% or higher, you know, somewhere around through there. So I mean, if you were just going to commute around like a city to work, I mean, yeah, you could. It would definitely work for you, you know. And it's really a lot of a time saver. I mean, it wouldn't even charge it. What was it going to cost you to charge this thing up? Like 15, 20 cents, 50 cents on your electric bill, you know, maybe. I'm like, you would use way more gas than that in the same amount of time anyway. And especially if you're like me, if you're a retiree, whether that be an early retiree or, you know, you retired at 65, like people normally do, you know, it could be very, very helpful toward your fitness level. I mean, you got to stay active. You know, you got to keep at it. Like, if you don't use it, you lose it. You know, and if you're like me, if you've had a substantial injury and you're trying to get back some level of mobility and some level of fitness, you know, these things are definitely a great way to go. You know, you think of it kind of like a Peloton bike where you can adjust the settings to see how hard you want it. It works kind of like that. I had somebody say, do you always run stop signs? And I was like, yeah, mostly. Most of the time. If nobody's around, sure. You know, I do always look though. I'm not just gonna pull it right out in front of somebody. But, well folks, here we are at Allen Home Park. That'll be it for part 1. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Keep paddling. Be safe. Peace.